I told my wife that I never loved her, and that I settled for her because I couldn't marry my girl best friend. She left, but I now want her back. I have a girl best friend named Kathy. We met in elementary school and we were very close. I was deeply in love with her, despite her drink once to try to sleep with her in middle school. But she moved out of the country and married someone else. She doesn't know about what I attempted back in the day, and so she comes to visit me twice a year now. 2 years ago, the chubby 30-year-old divorced woman with 2 children that became my neighbor. I wanted to be nice and wanted to say hello to her and see if she needed help with some furniture, when in reality I just wanted to smash. I've always had a thing for bigger women. We did smash, and after that, my neighbor Lucy started flirting with me and being clingy. She started bringing me food out of nowhere and looking for any excuse to talk. We slept together a lot, and to be honest, at the time, I was only using her for intimacy. One of the times Kathy flew to visit me, and when she got to my house, Lucy was with me. It was a little awkward at that moment. Kathy mentioned that she didn't like Lucy because she seemed very fake to her, and that Lucy was probably just looking for a man to support her children. I told Kathy that I really wasn't interested in Lucy. I'd just like to sleep with her. A few months later, Lucy invited me to a dinner at a fancy restaurant. I wasn't really interested in her, but I accepted because I wanted intimacy. She asked me out and I told her that I'll date her if she gives me neck in the back of the cab on the way home, and she did just that. We dated for about 10 months, and then she proposed to me. We got married. Not something I really wanted, but I suppose this is where life was taking me. My marriage to Lucy didn't always go well, and it was entirely my fault. All our fights were about my best friend, Kathy. I talked to my best friend every day. I canceled plans with Lucy to chat with Kathy. I talked bad about my wife to her. I remember making fun of my wife to Kathy, saying that my wife has more rolls than a baker. I also made fun of Lucy to Kathy in front of her, showing Lucy the text with pride. She was so in love with me. However, she never left me or even denied me intimacy. Sure, I had to get her to drink sometimes to get it, but that's just a detail. I told her that I was in love with Kathy and that no woman, including a big fat whale like her, was ever going to be like Kathy. I also told Lucy that I felt trapped, and that she forced me into the marriage, and the only thing I ever wanted from her was intimacy. She stayed pretty quiet. After that fight, she started to look at it all. She hardly spoke and she preferred to sleep in a room with her children. But then when she slept in her bed, she simply turned her back on me. When she did that, I took it as a sign of her wanting intimacy and wants to do it. But she told me to stop. We were only married for 6 months before I could say anything. She left. She had already taken out several of her things and her children's things. Her brother came for the rest of the things, and me and him got into a fight because I told him to tell his sister to get back to the house. He ended up breaking my nose. I'm too prideful to call the ambulance, so I try to deal with it myself. Anyways, I've tried to contact Lucy, but she blocked me everywhere. I am really sorry. I miss her and I miss the children. They always welcomed me with a hug. They were quite affectionate children. The thing is, before the whole fight between us happened, Lucy's 8-year-old daughter invited me to her dance recital, and I forgot to throw away my ticket and still have it. Should I go?